PayPal. I bought $51,000 worth of PayPal stock tomorrow. That's a windfall type spending day for me out there. That does not usually happen. I mean, usually I buy for stocks, maybe hundreds of dollars at a time, maybe thousands of dollars at a time, maybe 10,000. $51,000 is a pretty incredible number, okay? PayPal is, how do I put it? Stealing money? That's the best way I could put it. It's a stealing money stock for me to be buying these shares at this disgusting valuation. It's absolutely ridiculous. Now, this is the biggest buy I've done in a day for one stock. And remember, I spent over $100,000 total yesterday, right? But $51,000 just on PayPal. This is the biggest buy I've done since Q4 of 2022, which I basically spent $77,000 on Meta stock in a day, okay? Well, technically, I guess, according to the video, it was in 7 minutes. But at that particular time, Meta was just trading at such disgusting valuations that I'm like, this is ridiculous, okay? This is like easy money. And it's exactly the way I'm looking at PayPal right now. It's so disgustingly undervalued right now. The chance I lose money in the stock is so low. The chance I double up or triple up my money over the next 24 to 36 months is extremely high. That I'm like, it's just, for me, it's almost like a no-brainer now at this point in time, okay? No. Keep in mind, this company has scaled from about, a little over $10 billion of revenue in 2016 to last year they did $27.5 billion of revenue, right? Now, this was during an e-com recession, a massive e-com recession. When stocks like Shopify go down 70+%, when stocks like Amazon go down 50+%, you're in an e-commerce related recession, okay? And that's exactly what 2022 was, right? And it was coming off of obviously Rona, all the stimulus, everybody forced to be home, everybody could just spend on goods. And so last year was horrible. But things are starting to slowly come back. So keep in mind, this incredible number they put up was during an e-commerce recession. So imagine the numbers PayPal is going to be putting up over the next several years, right? No, when it comes to PayPal, I'm getting a lot of money on the balance sheet, right? Keep in mind, PayPal's market cap is so low now because the stock's dropped so much over the last couple of years that, it's not a big market cap company in relative to other big techs. It's actually a little guy, right? And here we are with a company that has cash and short-term investments of over $10 billion, okay? Now, there was one major risk factor that I thought about with PayPal, okay? I think about all the different things, okay? Competitors, they always had a million competitors, okay? This is nothing new. They've been competing with all these guys for 10 years. Competitive space, absolutely. PayPal outcompetes them. And it's clear as day. That's why they put up the numbers they put up, right? And so I always think about all the different risk factors with this, right? FedNow is a joke. I mean, at the end of the day, is that going to have any material impact on PayPal? Very low probability. We know the government does not compete well with private sector. Bottom line, they always get beat. So I'm kind of thinking about all these risk factors, but there was one risk factor that kept coming to mind that, I guess you can say would keep me up awake at night. It doesn't actually keep me up awake at night, but it's just a saying, okay, of like something that worries you. And the one thing that worried me in regards to PayPal, they look like they're getting rid of that problem, and it's getting rid of it fast, okay? And that one problem is this. It is the buy now, pay later business. Now, this is a great business for PayPal, but I don't like it if PayPal has to hold on to the debt, right? Because I always worry, like, what if there's a big recession? People aren't paying back these buy now, pay later loans, right? And PayPal's stuck holding the bag in that situation. That mean epic losses for PayPal, right? Of billions of dollars, billions and billions of dollars of losses, right? Which would obviously hurt profitability in a major way. I wouldn't want to see that, right? But recently, PayPal is just pretty much, I don't want to say they've gotten rid of that problem, but they look like they're on the road to getting rid of this problem, okay? PayPal and KKR announced exclusive multi-year relationship for European pay later receivables. Now, this is phenomenal. This deal is specific in relation to France, Germany, Italy, Spain, United Kingdom for any buy now, pay later loan receivables. So this is a brilliant hedge by PayPal, in my opinion, where they can still benefit from buy now, pay later. They won't benefit as much, because they're not the ones that are going to actually likely hold the, we can call it, I guess you can say, debt in this situation. KKR is going to do that now. But I love this. This is like, when I saw this gave me even more conviction than ever around PayPal. This was like the thing that put the cherry on top, I guess we can say, of like the ice cream that I was already like, I was already going to eat this thing, okay? And so now I can tell you decent probability they're going to do this in the U.S. as well if they can do it with either KKR or somebody else, because at the end of the day, PayPal's looking to likely hedge in this situation, right? It was absolutely a massively genius decision, okay? And obviously Meta has to thank Elon Musk in regards to this, in my personal opinion, okay? Think about it like this, right? Musk obviously buys Twitter. Musk just being associated with anything is going to make it much cooler. That's just the bottom line with that, okay? So obviously he made the format of Twitter a lot cooler. Now, a lot of people got frustrated by some of the moves Elon Musk has made with Twitter, and a lot of, if you are anywhere on the internet, you read all this stuff. Elon Musk has ruined Twitter and all this stuff, okay? Some people think he's fixed Twitter. I don't know. I'm not going to make a debate either way, but the bottom line is people are pretty, one way or another. But the bottom line is Elon Musk being involved with something makes it cool. Now, a lot of people don't really want to use Twitter. They want what they feel is a better experience, something more updated than something that was created 20 years ago. And Threads obviously steps in just at the absolute perfect time. And it's just a very natural extension for them, and just, genius move, obviously, by Meta to go this route, in my personal opinion. Okay, so everybody's attention at Meta all of a sudden gets diverted from Instagram and Instagram Reels and everything they've been accomplishing there on the fight versus TikTok. And let's say people are using Threads instead of Instagram. You could also say, well, Threads isn't monetized. It's not going to be monetized for at least 1 to, let's say, 4 years, depending upon when they want to start monetizing it. So if people are spending time on Threads versus Instagram, then essentially you're in a situation where, Meta's going to make less money for that, right? Because obviously if you spend an hour on Threads versus an hour on Instagram, like, Meta's going to make a lot of money if you spend an hour on Instagram, right? They're going to make no money if you spend an hour on Threads. So I understand the debate, but at the end of the day, I think this is a different use case. In terms of Threads, when you go on Threads, you're really trying to read things that people are writing, okay? Maybe you'll look at pictures or something like that, but that's a very different experience than Instagram. Go on your Explore page on Instagram, and it's going to be almost all Instagram Reels. It's almost all going to be video content. You're going to have some still pictures up there and things like that. You're not there to read the text, okay? That's the bottom line with that. So the experience is vastly different. So could it take some sort of attention away? Sure, but also Meta's a massive company. It has a ridiculous amount of employees there and managers and vice presidents and things like that. Like, they should be able to do more than one thing at a time, right? No different than any massive company can. Because Amazon is successful at this thing doesn't mean Amazon can't be successful at this thing, and Apple and Microsoft and all these companies. And so I just think that's something very important to mention there. And at the end of the day, okay, I still don't think people have wrapped their heads around this. Meta just basically started the next $100 billion plus platform overnight. The next $100 billion plus platform. When you break apart what Facebook's worth, what Instagram's worth, what WhatsApp's worth, okay? I mean, you're talking about several $100 billion for each of those, right? And by the way, Meta stock's significantly undervalued. Meta right now should be valued around, in my opinion, around $2 trillion to $2.5 trillion. Facebook, the platform by itself, is worth at least $1 trillion. Then you have Instagram, which I would put a valuation of at least $500 billion to maybe $750 billion on that. And then WhatsApp, you got to tack on at least several $100 billion for WhatsApp, right? And I think that number is going to grow substantially over the coming years. So here we are with Threads. That could easily be the next service that has 500 million users on it, 1 billion users on it, right? My gosh, like, there you go. There's your next $100 billion type platform, or your next several $100 billion type platform, depending upon how successful it will be over the next 5-10 years. Why not go ahead and take that opportunity? It's absolutely insane, and it would be insanity to have that sort of opportunity and be like, no, we don't want a piece of that. That's crazy.